Hi everyone, Mugi here from Private International. Here on the third weekend, here on the third Tuesday, that we are talking about the iTeraCare. Today, the topic is slightly different from what it has been over the last couple of weeks. For the first week, we had two-star manager, Madam Lee Lan, walk us through the basic usage of the iTeraCare, where we spoke about what the iTeraCare was and how to understand it in a really simple beginner fashion, looking at how the iTeraCare can be used in the 10 points, and then looking at how the 10 points are connected and what are the healing crises or what are the initial reactions a person using the device will face. And then last week we had an even deeper talk by Dr. Peter Lau, the CMO for PWG, who walked us through an even deeper discussion on meridian points and meridian channels and how meridian points and meridian channels both apply in how we use the iTera Care very effectively across our body. Both of these conversations are very well attended and also full of the kind of knowledge that we as users of the iTeraCare really need. Both of these conversations are available online and they're on YouTube, so you guys can go check it out. Today, however, we're here to talk about something slightly different. iTeraCare for Business. And I was initially going to prepare a whole new set of slides for this, but I've decided that what I think would benefit all of us if we can walk through some of these conversations together. Like, as people in Private International, I believe it is very important for us to know, as individuals, how this as a business works and how to do the math. So, we're going to be taking a look at some of the same information that all of us already know and how we're going to apply it on like a real life basis. So we have 41 people in the call so far, and I'm assuming all of us here are already members of Prive International, whether we're new in Prive or we've been around in Prive for a while. So just so I can get an idea on where we are, how about you guys just like drop me a quick little like note in the chat, like just let me know how long you've been in Prive, like if you've been in Prime, if you've just joined us, drop us like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. If you've been around for 3 months, if you've been around for a year or two, just drop in the chat and let us know how long you've been around, just so I'll be able to make sure that I'm framing this conversation in the right way. So, a structure of what we're going to be talking about across the next 45 minutes before I open for questions is this. What is the activity in Prive that makes us money? And how we're going to do that. So let's take a look at that. So, as all of us know, let me pull this up. I'm sure when all of us joined Prive International, Spider-Man's been 18 months with Prive. Thank you. How about anyone else? Just drop a quick note in the chat. Let us know how long you've been with us. So, for those of you who are members of Prive, I'm sure you guys would have joined Prive by looking at these slides, right? Like these ones over here. I'm sure when you guys came into Prive, you guys would have taken a look at this business plan presentation or this comp plan presentation, and this would have been what the information shared with you on understanding what Prive is as a business. But before we go into this business plan presentation, let me also just kind of give you an overview and an understanding of the industry that we're in, right? So, Heidi Dinpasar, thanks for sharing that you've been with us for more than 1 year. So, what this is the direct sales industry. So, what is the difference between the direct sales industry and like regular businesses? And what is the thing that makes us different, right? So, firstly, let's take a look at some numbers. So, if you take a look at the direct sales industry, and again, I want you guys to just understand how I'm getting my information. And honestly, I just literally Googled this. So, let's look at this together. So the direct sales industry in 2024 has a global retail sales of 248 billion and is projected to reach 306 billion by 2029. So the direct sales industry is a growing industry worldwide. So when you take a look at the direct sales industry in Malaysia, what you find is that in Malaysia, we are actually a significant contributor to the national economy. The direct sales industry has a market cap of $34.4 billion in 2024, which is a 7.4 increase from last year, where the direct sales industry in Malaysia did 32 billion. Another fun fact, the Malaysia is actually the sixth largest direct selling market globally and the fourth in the Asia Pacific region. And Malaysia leads the world in market penetration at a rate of 2.28%. So what that means is that 2.28% of Malaysians are in the direct sales industry, which is the largest percentage of population in the world. Globally, the Malaysian direct sales market is the sixth largest globally, with a growing market cap of 7.4% increase even in 2023 compared to 2024. So before we get into the direct sales industry, let's kind of understand how this industry operates as a metaphor, right? So I love giving this example because I think this is something that all of us could relate to. So let's say you walk to your corner store and you buy a can of Coke. So you're buying a can of Coke, and in Malaysia, you would probably pay something like 2 ringgit for that can of Coke. So when you pay 2 ringgit for that can of Coke, the 2 ringgit that you're paying to the shopkeeper in the shop at the bottom of your street does not go entirely to the shopkeeper, right? I mean, think about it. Coca-Cola, or rather the factory that is producing the can of Coke that you are drinking, most likely is not giving the can of Coke directly to that auntie at the bottom of the street, right? Coca-Cola's factory gives their can of Coke to a wholesale distributor, and then the wholesale guy gives it to his supplier, his supplier, his supplier, his supplier, all the way down the road until it reaches that auntie at the shop down the street where you pay 2 ringgit for that can of Coke. And if you're buying that can of Coke, that's likely not because that auntie told you, hey boy or hey girl, why don't you buy that can of Coke? No, when you were driving to work or when you were sitting at home watching a TV, you most likely saw an advertisement from like whether you watch a Coke placement in a movie or you saw a billboard in a can of, or you saw a billboard with Coke in it, or you were like watching a sports game and you saw that Coke has sponsored some team. However, you saw that can of Coke, it was probably some kind of advertising that allowed you to get that intention that, oh, wow, I kind of feel like having a can of Coke. You may think that intention came from you, but in reality, you were advertised to, and therefore you purchased it, right? That's how traditional commerce works. So, in terms of direct sales operates on a different paradigm. So, a direct sales company does not purchase their products from suppliers. Instead, the direct sales company purchases all of their products directly from the factory that produces these products. In the case of the iTeraCare, we get them from Deishang Health Technologies, which is the patent holder and the factory of the inventor, Professor Yang Wenjun. In case of the Bio and the BioLite and the Ion Shield, we get it from our supplier, a company called MLS. So these are all direct factories that produce these products. The direct sales company also does not sell directly to members of the public. Direct sales companies are not allowed, in fact, to sell directly to members of the public. Instead, direct sales companies only sell their products to people who are registered as agents, or in Price's case, IBOs, independent business owners partnered with Price. So when you purchase a product from Price, whether starting from 60 PV, where you get a bronze membership, 200 PV, where you get a silver membership, 600 PV, where you get a gold membership, and 2000 PV, where you get a diamond membership. Any purchase of products in Price that meet these minimum criteria for membership are then given an account in Price, which legally allows you to be an agent of Price, which legally gives you the right to purchase these products from Price, and legally gives you the right to then resell these products to members of the public. So a direct sales company does not sell their products directly to the market. They only sell their products to members of the public that are registered as agents with the company. It is then these agents then go out and give these products to members of the public by doing advertising. So if you're buying that can of Coke for 2 ringgit, at least 1 ringgit of that can of Coke would have gone towards the cost of advertising that can of Coke in a way that allows you to want to drink it, right? At least maybe 1 ringgit, 120, 130, 140 goes to the cost of advertising. The cost of making that can of Coke is not 2 ringgit. Similarly, in price, when you purchase a classic, maybe about in Malaysia, it's 380 US dollars. So in Malaysia, when you purchase a classic for $380, 200 of that $380 goes to paying the cost of advertising and goes directly to the people who did the advertising that is the result of you who did the advertising that resulted in you buying that can of Coke. So if you think about it, when you partner with Prime as an IBO, as an independent business owner, what your job is advertising. When you are doing your job as an advertiser, you are able to advertise the product that this company has that you represent as an IBO to members of the public. And then when there are purchases or sales, you get the cut of the product that is given to the cost of advertising. In the case of the classic, it is $200 out of $380 in Malaysia. That is treated as the PV, the point value, and is then used to pay out the network. So in Price International, we do not have a member price and a customer price. So the profit is not made through the purchase and resale of the iTeraCare devices. Instead, when you purchase a product, you are given a membership along with it. And when that membership is registered in Price International's network, that is when you are given the proceeds of your advertising job. That is when you are paid for doing the job of advertising in the form of the payout that you get in the back office. So, this is the direct sales industry as a whole. What is Price's unique selling point within this industry? So, when you partner with a direct sales company to do the job of this of advertising or marketing, you are limited to your marketing by the limit of that company's growth. If you are partnered with a direct sales company with a large presence in your city, then your marketing is limited to the people in your city. You could be partnered with an international company, but not all international companies allow you to open international businesses. I mean, without naming names, there are very famous examples of old school traditional companies that were some of the first direct sales companies a lot of us have experience with that may have opened a chapter or a branch in your company. So you have this company in the Philippines that is part of a global company, but you as a distributor in that country would only be allowed to build your business in that country. If you were to go to a different country, you would be required to not to start a whole new network and begin from zero. Price's unique selling point is the fact that in the last 4 years, with the success of our device, Price International has built a global supply chain, allowing you as an advertiser to advertise your or market what however you want to market to anywhere in the world. And if you have anyone anywhere in the world who hears your message and is interested in purchasing this device, unlike most other companies out there, Price International is able to serve that customer because we have branches in 30 countries. We have a presence in six out of seven continents in the world. We have North America by having branches in the US and stockists in Canada. We cover Latin America by having branches or stockists in Mexico, Colombia, and possibly very soon in Brazil. We have various branches in the great African continent. We have our European bar branch in Poland, through which we serve all countries in the EU. We have our stockists in Dubai that helps us serve the Middle East. We have our stockists in Australia and New Zealand that serves the oceanic market. We have, of course, our stockists everywhere, all over Asia, including such varied countries as Singapore, Vietnam, and Japan. So, because Price International has been able to expand our corporate presence around the world, the unique selling point that Price has to offer, whether or not you take it, look, most of us do direct sales still to our neighbor, right? That's the traditional way of doing this. And that's cool. That's cool. We're okay with that. We love that. But I want you to understand that the unique selling point of Price International and where Price stands out as a direct sales company more than any other direct sales company in the world is that Price is truly not just as a namesake, not just as a corporation, but it's truly an international company for our independent business owners. We actually give you, because look, you may be able to send your message around the world. You may have a voice that can be heard by people in any country in the world, but you may not have the opportunity to find a customer in a different country and serve that customer. But if you can expand your voice all the way to the US, you don't need to send the product from the US. We have a branch in the US. We can collect money from the customer. We can deliver the product to them. We can handle their warranty, claim, customer service, everything. If you can find a customer in Kenya, we have more than 20 private wellness galleries in Kenya. We have a branch office in Kenya. So what we are offering as Price International is a truly global opportunity for an independent business owner, for a networker to try to build their business worldwide. Whether you take this opportunity or not, this opportunity is provided to you by Price International. And when you look at the slides in Price International, and when you see the words seamless global opportunity, that's what we're talking about. Because not only are we a global opportunity, we are a global opportunity in a way that is so seamless that if you have a customer, we don't care what country your customer is in. The only difference that makes in your workflow is that when you're registering the customer in your back office, instead of Malaysia, you're going to choose United States. That's it. That is the only difference in your workflow if as a Malaysian you have a customer in the US. So this is what we mean when we say that Price International is a seamless global opportunity. And when we talk about Price International being the most lucrative long term, I'm not here to talk about the marketing plan, right? You guys are IBOs already. I'm not here to like convince you guys to join Price International. I'm just here to explain like the nuances of this plan that you need to be aware of. So firstly, let's take a look at this, right? Let's take a look at this slide that I love. I love this slide. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right thing here. All right, there we go. Now let me annotate on this so I can draw or annotate. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've got my pen. We're going to be drawing here. Let's see. Hi, everyone. It's Mugi, and I hope all of you are smiling as you're watching me and not having your eyes glaze over. Because I know we're talking business and I know we're talking math, but I want you guys to think about this. So let's, number one, understand this. When we say that 85% of our members are users, what we are referring to is the fact that, give me a second. So when we say that 85% of our members are users, what we mean is the fact that most people register their accounts to get paid for doing the sale. It doesn't mean that if someone's an account, they're doing this business actively. But because we don't have a member price and a customer price, all of your profit in making a sale comes upon registration. That is what we mean when we say 85% of our members are users. But now I want us to take a look at this. The fact that it is these 13% of sellers that have been selling to this 85%, and this fact 90% of the company's paid out commission are earned by the builders. So what does that mean? If you understand the marketing plan really well, you will see that Price pays sellers differently than Price pays builders. And to do that, we need to understand one more fact about the marketing plan. So as we all know, I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna skip through all of this again. We're gonna go back to the beginning. Okay. So as we all know, these are the bonuses you get in Pride, right? When you direct sponsor someone, you get the sponsor bonus and the loyalty redemption point. When accounts are placed in your network, you get the level pairing bonus and the group pairing bonus. What is the difference? What do we mean when we say direct sponsor? Direct sponsor refers to people that you are going out and selling products to. So, how many people can you sell products to? As many people as possible, right? You are not limited to the number of people that you can sell our product to. This is the difference between sponsoring someone and placing someone in your network. Because we have a network that is what we term binary. Binary here only means two. Binary here only means that each person is only allowed to direct people that they can place underneath them. So the concept of a binary network is that each person sells these product to two people, and then they duplicate that method. They teach then each person to do the same, to do the same, to do the same, to do the same, right? But each person does what they want. Some people may bring two people, some people may not do anything, whatever. But you are not limited to the number of people that you can directly sponsor, right? So let's say you want to sell five, I don't know, let's say five classics, right? Let's say you want to sell five classics. If you want to make the money from selling five classics, you got to place them somewhere here, right? You can't put five people directly under you in the placement network, even though you have directly sponsored five people. So you're gonna put like A over here, maybe you're gonna put B over here, and then maybe you'll put C over here, maybe you'll put D over here, and then maybe you're gonna put E over here, right? Because you have directly sponsored all of these people, but you still gotta place them in your network in some way, because that's how you make money. So what do you get when you sell a lot of products? If you sell products, that means that you are direct sponsoring a lot of people. So from every single person that you sell products to, you're going to get the sponsorship bonus and you're going to get the loyalty redemption bonus points. Every time you sell a product and you are the direct sponsor for that person, you get the sponsor bonus and you get the loyalty redemption points. The person that you're sponsoring has to be placed in this network in order for you to make money. When an account is placed in this network, that's when you will get either a level pairing bonus or a group pairing bonus from that person. Meaning, when accounts are placed in your network, independent of who sponsors them, meaning in like it doesn't matter who sold the product to them, as long as they're placed in your network, you're going to be getting the level pairing bonus and the group pairing bonus. However, when you personally go out and sell products, And when you place that account in your network, you're going to get the group pairing bonus, you're going to get the level pairing bonus. But because you sold the product to them, you're also going to get the sponsorship bonus and the loyalty redemption points. Because you sold the product, you're going to be the direct sponsor, right? So, what I want you guys to take from this is that the people who sell a lot get a lot of sponsorship bonus and loyalty redemption points. The person whose network grows a lot, they get a lot of level pairing bonus and group pairing bonus. If you are the only person selling in your network, then your network is only growing from your effort. So you are the one getting the reward for selling, which is the sponsor bonus and the loyalty redemption point. And when you sell products, that's when you put them in your network. That's when you get the level pairing bonus and the group pairing bonus. If you have other people also selling products in your network, then whoever's selling the products to those people, they're gonna get the sponsor bonus and the loyalty redemption points. But because you have a bunch of people selling products in your network, whenever these accounts fall within this network structure, you're gonna get the level pairing bonus and the group pairing bonus. So if that is the case, then if that is the case, and if the sponsor bonus is 10% from the PV, the loyalty redemption points are this much from the PV, totaling 60% of the PV if you're sponsoring a diamond, then how is it that if we can show you this statistic, we're saying that we are paying the builders more than we're paying the sellers? That is because for the people who sell, we reward them more in loyalty redemption points and less in bonus points. Meaning, if you are good at selling, then we are going to give you a lot of free products for you to sell. So if you're good at selling, if you are making a ton of money by selling, then you're going to be getting a lot of these loyalty redemption points, which is our reward for you, the seller. We are giving you as much free products as possible. So you can just sell these free products, turn them into your cash, just keep them with you and use that as a platform for you to generate really quick cash anytime you need. So if you're good at selling, you're going to be getting a lot of free products. And when you sell those, you're making money from it. If you are making money from the growth of your network, then you are making more in bonus point and less in loyalty redemption point. So, if you are building a network full of people who are selling, that is when your income is more in cash. And if you are making your income by selling a lot of products, then you are getting a lot of free products for you to sell. So, Prime International's network structure is not the kind of network where you know the kind of businesses that are like not very product focused. I don't want to use the term money game here, but you guys get what I'm talking about, right? Like network businesses that don't really care about the product. They just want people to bring people to bring people to bring people to bring people. Those are the kind of businesses where leaders can bring leaders, can bring leaders, can bring leaders, can bring leaders, and everyone's happy until everyone stops making money and everyone's sad, right? Prime International is not like that. We are an old school product based, 100% product based direct sales company. So, this is the kind of business where either you sell a lot and we give you a ton of free products for you to sell and make your own cash, or you find a lot of people who are good at selling, and by taking care of the people who are good at selling, you make a lot of bonus points. So that is what we mean when we say 90% of the companies paid out commissions. And when we say this, we are referring to your bonus points, which can be withdrawn as cash. So when you come into Price International, I guess one of the first things you want to decide is how you want to make your money. If you want to be good at selling, you have to be aware that for those of you who are really good at selling, your biggest reward is going to come in the form of free products. So keep selling all of these products, register some people, sell off your free products as well, and keep that money. Like if you're good at talking and selling, getting free products that you're not paying for that you can just convert into cash is like a godsend. If you're managing these group of people who are selling, then you're going to be making most of your making most of your money in bonus points. This is also what this is referring to. Let me see. Here, you see this? So when you are direct sponsoring people, you're going to be getting the 80% of your cash in your sponsor bonus, 20% in your loyalty redemption point, and 100% of this in redemption points. These are your free products. Sell them, turn them into cash. When you are registering people in your network, that is when you get these. These are more in cash and less in products. You still get some loyalty redemption points, but the percentage of your sales are a lot lesser. And in fact, for those of you who are focused on building, a lot of you don't even bother selling products. They just take these and use them as like stock to share or things like that. The leadership bonus is a reward for you who are signing up a lot of people who are signing up a lot of people. So, what kind of sales do you need for you to make the kind of cash that you want? Let's take a look at that as well. Right? Let me now do this differently. Okay, how do I oops, no, not that. That's not what I wanted to do. Huh. Where's that bit where I get to scribble on screen? Huh, I guess we don't have that anymore. It's all right. I can just go back here. So are we following what I'm saying so far? If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. And I just have one more final point to make before I end my quick presentation here. Dum, da, dum, da, dum. All right. Okay. So understanding this, if you want to make, let's see, let me go back to this pen thing again. All right. If you want to make 5,000 ringgit a month, and you want to make 5,000 ringgit every month, and you want to do this part-time, what do you got to do? I didn't want to make this into slides. I just wanted to draw it so you guys can follow my reasoning. If you want to make 5,000 ringgit a month, first you got to decide how you want to make 5,000 ringgit a month. Do you want to sell, which means that the 5,000 ringgit a month is in your hands? Or do you want to build people, which means the 5,000 ringgit a month is not really in your hands, it's in the hands of other people? Let's say you're broke, right, and you need 5,000 ringgit next month. The best thing to do would be to sell, because that's the quickest way. Now, now you got to figure out what is it that you want to sell. With the iTeraCare, we have a few options that you can sell. Let's say, for example, you take the Classic. So the Classic in Malaysia is 380 USD and has been given 200 product points or 200 PV. The Premium Plus is 800 USD and has been given 400 PV. We now have a promotion going on where you can buy one Premium Plus you get another Premium Plus at 50% of the price, which makes it 800 plus 400. And this is the 1+1 Premium Plus promo, which then gets you, which is 1,200 US dollars with 600 PV. And this is a gold account. This is a silver account. This is a silver account, right? So now you got to figure out what you want to sell to make 5,000 ringgit a month. Let's say you want to sell classics, right? How many classics do you need to sell to make 5,000 ringgit a month? That's a good question, actually. Maybe I should have thought about that. Oh, wait, I did. Let's say you sell 10 classics, right? So this is you over here. Let's say you need to sell or you go out and you sell ten classics. And also, by the way, for you to make this 5,000 ringgit, we don't care what account you have, yeah? Like, if you have the money to buy a classic and come in, by the way, Ophelia, thanks for asking. This is a call that is meant for Pride Malaysia. So the promo that I'm referring to, the 1+1 Premium Plus, is a promo that is currently active in Malaysia. The prices that I'm showing on screen are all Malaysian prices. And this is a valid conversation for people in the US as well, because the PV I think is the same, so the numbers are going to be the same, but the promos are going to be different from place to place. And I just want you to know that you can replace this conversation about the products with any other product that you have, as long as you fill in the price and the PV accurately. The math is the same because the marketing plan is the same. The comp plan is the same globally. So going back to that, let's say, all right, let's say you want to sell 10 classics. You go out and like la di da di da, you sell your 10 classics. And you need to, when you sell 10 classics, you're buying them at 380 USD. You're selling them at 380 USD. You're not making a retail profit, right? So you need to register these accounts in your network. So since you're the direct sponsor for all of them, since you sold all of the devices, you're probably gonna stack them like this. You know, you're just gonna put like one person on each line like this, and that's how you're gonna stack all of your classics. So when you stack them like this, you have sold 10 classics, right? So you will get number one, because you sold it, you're the direct sponsor, you're gonna get your sales commissions, which is the sponsor bonus, which is 10% of PV, which here is 20 USD times 10 units, which is 200 USD, right? You're going to get your loyalty redemption point, which is 35% of the PV, which is 70 USD, which is 35% times 200 PV, times 10, which is 700 USD in loyalty redemption point, in sponsor bonus. And then you have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. One pair per level of your level pairing. So your level pairing, which is 40% of the shared PV, which is here in this case is 200, 200. So the shared PV is 200. You get 40% of that, which is 40% of 200 PV is 80 USD times 10, which is $800. All right. So sponsor bonus and loyalty redemption point are split 80-20, right? Like I showed you earlier. So the sponsor bonus here is, wait, I'm ready, I'm ready. Okay, there you go. The sponsor bonus here is $200 plus $800, which is $1,000, which is then split 80% into your cash, which is 800 USD that you can withdraw, and 20% into your loyalty redemption point, which is 200 USD here. So you get as cash here 800 USD, and this 200 USD joins your 700 USD here to make 900 USD. From this 900 US dollars, if you can then take out two classics, which are what? 380 and 380, which is what's 380 times 2? So it's 800, 716. And you can sell these as $760. So meaning you, from your loyalty redemption point, you take two classics and you sell them without registration. So you convert this into $760 cash. You add this into the money in your bonus wallet that you can withdraw. You get 1,560 US dollars, which if you convert into Malaysia ringgit by multiplying it by 4.5, and for this one, I'm going to need a calculator. So 1,560 times 4.3 is 6,708 ringgit. Let's see. Sure. Oh, sure. 6,708 ringgit. So if you can build your skill set to sell 12 classics a month, 10 of them registered, two without registration, that is 6,700 ringgit guaranteed in your hands every single month. That's you doing all the work, right? Let's say instead of you deciding you want to sell the classics, let's say you decide you want to sell the premium pluses instead, right? So how would you do that? You would do that by first having me figure out how to erase this stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's say you want to sell premium pluses, right? And you want to make that 5,000 ringgit a month. So, no. Also, what time is it? Oh, I have 15 minutes left. Okay. So let me turn my pen on again. If I can figure this out. There we go. All right. No. How do I clear this? Erase all ink on slide. There we go. All right. So let's say you want to deal with premium pluses, right? Premium pluses are 800 US dollars and 400 PV. How many premium pluses do you need to sell in order for you to make more than 5,000 ringgit a month? I don't know. Let's say six, random number, six premium pluses. So how's that going to look like? This is going to be you. You're going to sell six premium pluses and you got to stack all of them in your network for you to get paid, right? Because you're buying at 800, you're selling at 800. There's no money there for you. So you put one guy here, 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 and one guy here. Yeah. And each of them are premium pluses. So what do you get? For selling that, you get your sales commissions, which are your number one, your sponsor bonus, which is 10% of PV, which is 10% of 400, which is 40 USD, times six units, which is 240 US dollars. Your second sales commission is in your loyalty redemption points, which is because it's still a silver, it's 35% of PV, which is 35% of 400 is $140 times six, which is, I'm going to need a calculator here again, 140 times six, $840 here. And because you've stacked them this way, you've got level one, level two, level three. So from the network, you get your level pairing, which is 40% from of the shared PV. So it's 400 here, 400 here. So the shared PV is 400. So 40% of 400 is 160 times 3, which is, again with the calculator, 160 times 3, 480. Yeah, 480 USD. Okay, so we know that the sponsor bonus and the loyalty redemption point, 80% is cash, 20% goes back to your loyalty redemption points, right? So your sponsor bonus plus level pairing is 240 plus 480, which is 0 to $720. 80% of this is, I don't know, I got to do the math. 0.8 times 720 is 576. 576. 20% that goes to your loyalty redemption point is then 720 minus 576. $144, right? $144. So right now, by doing this, you get cash 576 and your loyalty. This is like withdrawable cash, right? This is your bonus point. And your loyalty redemption point of 480. No, sorry. Of 840 plus 144, which is 840 plus 144, $984. Okay. So what can you buy with $984? You can buy one premium plus for $800. That gives you a balance of $184. Uh, and then you can get, okay, let's say you get one premium plus for $800. That leaves you a balance of $184 here. You can also move a bit of money from here to here. A classic is $380, so you need to move like $200. Nah, screw it, it's too much work. So let's say from this you take out money for one premium plus, $800, and then you sell that. Meaning you sell one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 units of premium pluses, 6 registered, one without registration, in order for you to get 576 plus 800, which is, again with the calculator, 576 plus 800, $1,376, which is times 4.3, 5,916 ringgit. So for you to get money like more than 5,000 ringgit, you can either sell 12 classics, 10 with registration, 2 without registration, or you can sell 7 premium pluses, which is 6 with registration, 1 without registration. You get 6,000 ringgit in hand. Or as a final example, just to like uh highlight my point here, let's say you guys go with that gold package that I was talking about that's available in Malaysia, the 1+1 premium plus, which is 1,200 US dollars with 600 PV, right? So this is a gold package. And remember, the cool thing about Price is that we really don't make you invest to start this business. We really don't. Like, yeah. I know we can tell you, we recommend you start with a diamond. We recommend you start with 3 accounts or 8 accounts or whatever. But you can ignore all of that. Those are not rules. Those are recommendations. In Price International, you can start with the lowest account that you can afford and sell products and make your money anyway. So don't think that you need to come in by spending a lot of money in order to get an account for you to be making this back. Like you can be a silver sponsoring golds and diamonds. We don't care. You can even be a bronze if you're in a country that has a bronze package. You may not be. So like you have these options. But whoever you are, let's say this is what you want to do, right? You want to sell this 1+1 premium plus package, which if you think about it, it makes sense, right? So someone's paying 1,200 US dollars to get 2 premium pluses that are worth 2 times 800, right? So if they keep one for themselves and if they sell one more for 800, they would have gotten like 2/3 of their money back, which I think is pretty cool. They have their device and they have 2/3 of their money back. So this is a pretty good deal. So how many of these do you need to sell for you to make 5,000 ringgit a month or more? I don't know, let's say 4. So let's look at what happens if you sell 4 of these. So you're going to stack 4 of them like this, right? They're all going to be 600 PVs. So you're going to get your sales commissions for being the direct sponsor of these, which is number one, your sponsor bonus, which is 10% of the 600 PV, which is $60 times 4, which is 240 US dollars. You're going to get your second sales commission, which is a loyalty redemption point, which is now because this is a gold, now you get 40% of the PV, which is what the hell is 40 times 600? I don't know. Me no do math in head. 600, which is, oh, 240. Cool. So it's 240 times 4, which is 240 times 4 is $960. And you get the network bonus, which is the level pairing bonus, which is level 1, level 2, for 40% of the shared PV, which is 600 here, 600 here, the shared PV is 600. So it's 40% of 600, which is once again 240 times 2 now, which is 480 US dollars. Yeah. So as we know, the sponsor bonus and the loyal and the level pairing is 240 plus 480, which is 240 plus 480 is 720, 80% of which is cash. So it's 720 times 0.850, 576 US. Uh, God damn it. Okay, sorry. Gosh darn it. So sorry for using the Lord's name in vain. So 576 US dollars and whatever that amount was. 144, there we go. 144 US dollars in your loyalty redemption point, which adds on to the 960. That gives you 960 plus 144 equals 1104. Okay, equals 1104 US dollars in your loyalty redemption point. So what can you buy with 1104 that you can sell back? Let's say you buy one premium plus, which is $800, and that leaves you a balance of 1104 minus 800, 304. Okay, so 304 plus 76 makes 380. So you can move $76 from your bonus point, giving you a cash of $500. Add that to this and buy one classic as well for $380, which is you fully using up your loyalty redemption point. So what that means is that you have now $500 in your bonus point. From your loyalty point, you have taken the money out and converted into one premium plus and one classic that you have then sold, where you have sold now one premium plus and one classic, giving you a total of 500 plus 800 plus 380, 1,680, sorry, giving a total of 1,680 US dollars, which is equivalent to times 4.3, 7,224 ringgit. So for you to make 7,224 ringgit, what you need to do is sell and register 4 1+1 premium plus gold packages and sell without registration one premium plus and one classic. So this is how the math is calculated here in Price International. I know this is a messy ass thing, so we're gonna just like not look at that anymore, pretend that doesn't exist. So we are now at the final 3 minutes of my presentation here, and I'm going to wrap up. What are the points that I'm trying to make today? Number one, the iTeraCare is an amazing product, and if you want to know more about the products, please like watch our videos of the talks we have had from last week of Yilan talking about the basic uses of the iTeraCare, or Dr. Peter Lau explaining a bit more about the detailed uses of the iTeraCare. Number one. Number two, the iTeraCare is an offering of Prive International, which is a direct sales company within this growing multi-billion-dollar direct sales industry. and invites and has the unique selling point of having a global supply chain, therefore providing our IBOs the unique opportunity of truly building a global business, not just being part of an international corporation, but only having a local business. Point two. Point three, money in Prime International is not made from selling the products directly because there is no difference between the member price and the customer price. Instead, money in Prime is made when the products that have accounts along with them, when the accounts are registered, that's when you make the money. Point number four, when you sell a lot of products, you make most of your money in loyalty redemption points. That gives you a lot of loyalty, that gives you money in terms of free products. That is your money to convert and sell. When you register these accounts in your network, or when accounts are registered in your network, independent of who the sponsor is, then you make a more money in your bonus point. Point number five. If you want to make money in Price International, the first thing you need to decide is A, how much money you want to make, and B, what product you want to sell. If you focus on the classic, you got to sell more to make the same amount of money. If you focus on the premium plus, it's less. If you focus on the gold packages, it's even fewer. If you want to make the same 5,000 plus ringgit with the diamond packages, then you only need to sign and register two diamond packages, four gold packages, six premium pluses, or 10 classics. Either way, if you can sell those products, that money is in your hands. So, Pride International rewards two categories of activities. One is the sale of devices, and the second is the management of those who sell the devices. And with that, I think there is a very neat summary of everything that I've been talking about. I know we have gone through a lot, and I know talking about math and numbers and business isn't really everyone's cup of tea. And there's only so much that I can make this sound exciting because at the end of the day, it is all math and numbers. But if you have any questions, you can unmute and ask me your questions now or drop them in the chat. If you have anything you'd like to share, you can ask me. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can conclude this conversation, and a recording of this will be made available on YouTube within a couple days. So maybe a couple more points I would like to bring up while you guys think of your questions, and if you have any questions you want to ask me, you guys can ask me your questions. And while you think about your questions, I just want to say two things. Number one, why come to Price International's anniversary? Because the thing is, you don't know something is true until you see it with your eyes, right? Like I can tell you until my mouth hurts, and my mouth kind of hurts now, but how Prime is an international business, and like how, like, we have people around the world doing the classics. But seeing is believing. So if you when you come to our anniversary, that is when you will see people around the world, people from 6 out of 7 continents in the world, who are part of our journey, who sell the same classics, the same premium pluses, the same pros we sell, who face the same issues we face, who love the same things we love. You're going to meet our true international global pride family in the anniversary. So if you haven't bought your anniversary ticket yet, buy them. Also, here's something for all of you. Do you want a premium plus and get a free tour to the anniversary? Does that sound cool? Where you can buy a premium plus and get a free tour to the anniversary? Because the thing is, one of the cool things that Price is doing is that whatever money you spend on either the ticket or the tour, we're actually giving you all the money back in your loyalty redemption points. So there is a tour package for 800 US dollars, which I believe off the top of my head is the 6 day, 7 night tour. Maybe I can find the slides and I won't need to like do this off the top of my head, but let's see. Let's see if I can pull this up. Okay, there we go. So you see this thing over here. I'm gonna zoom in and like move here. So this is a 7 day, 6 night tour package that we have as part of Pride International's anniversary celebration. That is $800. So $800, if you were to buy this, you will get $800 back in your loyalty redemption points, which is the price of one premium plus. So if you can like if you are already a member and you're thinking about buying one premium plus for yourself, you can't use it to upgrade because it's only the same silver, but you can just buy this tour package, get the $800 in your loyalty redemption points, and use that to take your premium plus. If someone wants to buy a premium plus from you, you can also just give them this tour package and take the premium plus from your loyalty redemption points and give them this. Because this starts from KLIA and we travel to Penang by bus. You get dinner, hotel check-in, 2 days Penang full day tour, and then you get like hotel and the training and the anniversary the next day. The sixth day, you get a tour in Ipoh and then in KL. And then this is wrong. This should say KLIA. We're not going to send you from KL back to Penang Airport. We're going to drop you off at KLIA, right? Or if you live in KL, you just like after the hotel, you can just, after breakfast on the seventh day, you can just go home. So if you pick up that package, it costs 800 US dollars. You'll get that money back in your loyalty redemption point, and that is the price of one premium plus. So keep that in mind as you're planning this up. Like, I really want to see you guys at the anniversary. It's gonna kick ass. Like, I have a selfish reason for wanting you guys at the anniversary. I'm gonna be the MC on the first day. So I'm gonna be like running around on stage, and I would like all of you guys to be there sharing energies with me. So I hope to see you guys at the anniversary. Point number two, for those of you in KL, next week, sorry, this Saturday on the 23rd, we are doing a business partner orientation program, which is a more detailed business training program conducted by myself, Mr. Sam Liu, Madam Nugget, and Mr. Spider Mac. So if you'd like to hear what we have to say and you're in KL, do swing by KL and let us know so we can help you out. If you want to travel to KL just to attend this program, it would definitely be worth it for you. So with all of that in mind, I just wanted to check in if you guys have any other questions. I'm gonna give you guys like 5 seconds to unmute and ask me anything. And with that, I shall conclude my solo TED Talk. Thank you for listening to my monologue over the last 1 hour. And I hope to see you guys next week on our next session of the iTeraCare deep dive, which is the iTeraCare Q&A. So if you guys have any questions about the iTeraCare, about the product, about the devices, about any of this, bring them next week. We'll hook you up. We will continue the iTeraCare deep dive series next month with a different leader to present the basics, a different member of the company. Mr. Peter Lau, Dr. Peter Lau doing his part two of his Meridian channel as the deep dive. Um, Another person to talk about iTeraCare for business, and someone else to do the Q&A. So we're going to be doing this as a series every month. For the basics, I'm going to select a leader to do it because I want the leader to share their experience talking about the iTeraCare to members of the public. For the deep dive, for the advanced, I'm gonna get someone from the company, like either Dr. Peter Lau, maybe Tato Soma, maybe LV, maybe someone else who's an in-house expert in the product. For the business, it's either going to be me or a leader who's building the business. And for the Q&A, I'm going to get as many experts as possible. And next week for the Q&A is going to be a bit more participatory, where if you guys have any answers to some of the questions we're asking, you guys can also chime in with your experience. Thank you for tuning in. I've enjoyed giving sharing for the last 1 hour, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to the sound of my voice as much as I enjoy listening to the sound of my voice. So with that, goodbye everyone. See you next week. Bye bye.
Bye, Mugi.
Bye,
Thank
mate.
you.
Thank you. Bye.